subject myself to pain once again. So if that is true, it's over. It's gonna be a 5 stars. It is a book title. Just like malfunction there. Listen. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah. I'm like up here today because it is so nice out. It is sunny. It's like 80 degrees and that means the warmer weather is coming and I cannot wait. So I'm in a pretty good mood. We are doing one of my favorite videos. If you've seen even one of these, you know the drill. We are going to be picking our monthly TBR for May. May? When did it become May? We are like almost halfway through 2024. But how are we in the 5th month of the year already? We have been using an advent calendar for this year. The rundown is I will be using a random number generator on my phone and it is going to pick a number from 1 to 24. We are going to take out whatever number that is, and inside we have either a TBR prompt or the name of a book. That is how we're going to choose our TBR. And I really like this method because I get some freedom with choosing my TBR and picking books that I will actually read, because that has been my goal for 2024. Have I been achieving it? You know, not so far. As far as I have not read more than half of my TBRs that I've set for myself to this point. But I read books. Like, I've been reading like 8 to 9 books a month, and I pick 8 to 9 books in all these monthly TBRs, but I only pick like 4 from my actual TBR, and the 4 are just like mood reading because I am such a mood reader. We are still going to persevere. We are still going to try to actually get through our entire monthly TBR that we choose, because we have a few new methods, a few new techniques to take us through this month to make sure we are sticking only to our monthly TBR. So I have been using a random number wheel. Let's see what our first number is gonna be. We are using Aha Slide. I like the rainbows. 1. This is the second time I've gotten number 1 first. That's kind of crazy if you think about it. But here is number 1. Yes, I know they are Christmas things and it is not Christmas. Just pretend. Yay! Just for the summer is our first book title pick. That is Abby Jimenez's new book that I got the Target exclusive edition for. This is Abby Jimenez's newest release. It just came out, I think, literally in like the end or the beginning of April. Emma and Justin, they think that they are cursed. It turns out that whenever they get broken up with, the person that they break up with or that they were just with finds their true love next. So they like love's good luck charm, but not for themselves. So they come across each other. They decided to come with a plan to date each other, and then their curses will cancel out. We know what's gonna happen with that. Abby Jimenez loves a little fake dating situation. I just love Abby Jimenez's writing so much. It is the most summery cover that I've ever seen. Our first one is gonna be just for the summer. This is my Harry Potter shelf, otherwise I would put them up here. We're getting good. That was a good one, I would say. I'm really feeling more romances and not as much fantasies. I'm not sure. 2. If we get 3 next, what are the chances of getting 1 first and 2 second? Like literally, what are the chances of that? Oops. Looks like this is a book title. Oh no, it's a book. It's a prompt. We have a book over 500 pages, which, remember how I just said I was in the mood for romances and not that much fantasies? I feel like only fantasies are over 500 pages. You know what? I think it's time to subject myself to pain once again. This book is 700 pages. This is Magnolia Park's Into the Dark. I got the UK cover, which is kind of annoying because it is a little bit bigger than all my other Magnolia covers. But that's okay. Oh my god. I have been avoiding reading this one because it is like one of my favorite series ever. I love Magnolia Parks. I have several videos where I'm reading all the books in the series. I love it so much. It is my favorite romance series ever. If you've read the 4th book in the Magnolia Parks universe, Daisy Hates 2 technically, you'll know what happens at the end of that. And you'll know that this one deals with a lot of a really hard topic. And I didn't know if I was emotionally ready for that. Still don't know if I'm emotionally ready for that. It is summer. I want to read happy, fun, summery books. Something about Jessa Hastings. I'm gonna love her books. They're gonna make me cry. They're gonna make me laugh. I'm gonna use like 5 million tabs for each and every one. The last Magnolia and BJ book. I'm like getting emotional thinking about it because, oh my god, I love these characters so much. Again, it's the last book in the series. I can't really tell you what the summary is. Love story told between Magnolia and BJ's point of view, so it's dual point of view. From the beginning, we know they have a lot to work out. Jessa Hastings quotes, they're gonna end me every time. I'm gonna love them every time. We're gonna choose Into the Dark for our next one. Book over 500 pages. Wow. We got some pretty good stack. We're gonna pick 8. These are our first 2. Pretty good. If this next one is 3, no! Wait, no. How? I'm sorry, but we just got 1 first, 2 second, and 3 third. We gotta go back to the not as pretty color wheel because that is not what random is. If it just goes in order, that's crazy. It's gonna call itself a random number wheel and then give you 1, 2, and 3 right away. 17, that's what I'm talking about. Now we get some variation. Here is number 17. A prompt. It's not a prompt. Funny Story! We chose Funny Story. Another new release, I have to say, just for summer and Funny Story were the ones I was most excited about and possibly picking. Funny Story by Emily Henry. This is her new release. It came out at the end of April. It is beautiful also. The regular book is gorgeous. I love Emily Henry books. Happy Place in specific. I have never connected with a character so much in my life, and I loved it so much. I also read Beach Read, which I loved, and I have Book Lovers, which I have to read at People We Meet on Vacation. So this is kind of fun because it is about Daphne and Miles. Their exes start dating each other. So then Daphne and Miles move in together. And you know, things happen from there. And I am told that the main guy character in this reminds people of Nick from New Girl, which is one of my favorite TV characters of all time, one of my favorite TV shows. So if that is true, and if there's a Schmidt-like character in here, it's over. It's gonna be a 5 stars. We're gonna add Funny Story onto our TBR. 10. Alright, so number 10, little car with a little tree. Into the Dark! But we already have that onto Into the Dark, so we are going to pick another one. We're going to choose 15 instead. Powerless Chestnut Springs! Okay, romance. I said I wanted romance. That is this book. That is the 3rd book in the Chestnut Springs series. I have read the first 2 books, Flawless and Heartless. They were 5 stars each. So I am very excited to get into Powerless. Also, it's a cowboy romance. Also, it's getting warm out. That is the perfect vibe. The perfect vibe for when it's getting warm out. And I'm so excited. Jasper and Sloane. I don't remember who Sloane is, but I remember that Jasper is basically part of the Rep Boys, but he is not directly related to them. The other 2 Rep Boys, there's 3 I think, and 2 of them were Heartless and Flawless. And this is about Jasper, who I don't think is directly connected to them or like related to them, but he lives with them, he hangs out with them. He is basically one of the brothers. He's a hockey player, even though this is set on like a ranch. He basically is like Sloane's hero. She has loved him forever, childhood crush. Her wedding day, everything falls apart, and then of course Jasper comes in and saves her. And that is this love story, and I'm so excited. This is the perfect vibe for summer. So we're gonna add that to our TBR list. 4 more to go. This is amazing. Best TBR yet, gotta say. 2, oh, can't do 2. Already got 2. 14. Here is number 14. Simple, I like it. A book with blue on it. I can work with that. I can definitely work with that. Fully, oh my god, should I do it? I'm gonna do it. We're gonna choose The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. The first book in the Throne of Glass series. I have been wanting to get into Throne of Glass, and I have been waiting for the proper time. I have all the books waiting here. I'm pretty sure I chose this book before as a TBR, and I never got around to it just because it is a massive world to get into. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books, and the last book is almost 1,000 pages. It is a very large series to get into, and it's a huge time commitment, and I have been hearing so much about it. It is so popular. I just finished ACOTAR. I have Crescent City waiting for me, so we're gonna go ahead and do it. We're gonna read The Assassin's Blade. This is the prequel actually, and there's debate on whether you start with Throne of Glass or the prequel, The Assassin's Blade. I have decided I'm going to start with the Assassin's Blade, just because that is what a lot of people have been doing. If they read Throne of Glass first, they wish they read Assassin's Blade first. If they read Assassin's Blade first, they are happy they did. So we're going to read Assassin's Blade first. This is a massive fantasy world to get into. The main character is Selena, and that is all I know about it. And I am not going to tell you much more about it because I don't want to spoil it for myself. This is actually the prequel that was actually put out after the first 2 books were put out. But people say to start with the prequel. So we're going to go ahead and add the Assassin's Blade. And then spin for our number 6. I truthfully am so happy with the TBR. Couldn't be happier at the moment. 8. Here is 8. Okay, fine. A book with magic. So that's gotta be a fantasy, right? I also have like my TBR over there that I keep looking at because they are books that I have had on my monthly TBRs for the rest of 2024 and I just haven't put back because I haven't read them and I am determined to read all the books. So I'm also looking at those. Okay, I have one. Listen, I know that this is on my TBR for April. I know this. I did not get around to it, and it's April 30th, so I'm not gonna read this whole entire book in one day, or half of one day. We're gonna add it back on to the TBR because I really want to get into this, and I have recently, I only posted like 1 video of it, but where I read series on my monthly TBR, and this will fit in perfectly to that. So we're gonna go through this now. This is the second book in the Divine Rivals duology. Can you tell that I've had a lot of coffee? I feel like you can tell. And if you have read Divine Rivals, which I did and I loved, you know it ended on a major cliffhanger. And I love the romance in Divine Rivals. I love Iris and Roman so much. I love the typewriters. It's basically magic typewriters. And that is a book with magic, so we're going to include it. And I am just so interested to see what this book is going to be about. So we're going to go ahead and add Ruthless Vows. Next one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more. We have 2 more. And then I'm going to make a vow that I'm going to finish this monthly TBR. This is the one that I'm going to finish. 15. Oh, we can't do 15 because that was the one that I chose when we chose one that we already did or something. So let's spin again. 9. Here is number 9. It is a book title, Shadow and Bone. Okay, fun. So we have Shadow and Bone. This is the first book in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. It is also a Netflix original, not original? Is it original if it's from a book? I don't know. But it is a Netflix series by Leigh Bardugo, or Leigh Bardugo, however you say her name. It is very, very popular. It was very, very popular. It is the prequel trilogy to the Six of Crows duology, which I hear a lot of people like. So I have been wanting to get through Shadow and Bone. I have the whole trilogy down here, just waiting for me to pick it up. I've had this book for so long. I'm trying to get through my physical TBR. So you're going to add it on. This is a fantasy. It is about Alina. In this world, there are basically people that are gifted with magic, but I think that you're not supposed to tell people that you're gifted with magic. It's like a whole Grisha universe. She discovers that she has some powers, and people are trying to get her for her powers or something, so she's on the run. I know she has a friend who is like her best friend, and I think he sticks with her throughout the books. I only watched the first episode in the Netflix series. My boyfriend watched the whole thing. He said it was amazing. But I've been holding off because I've been wanting to get through this series. So we're going to add this to the May TBR and get through this series. Okay, our last one. I just want to get into these books right now. Like right now, I want to get into these books because they are so exciting. 7. Here she is. This might be the one that I am the most scared of. Bride. Of course I would pick that one. I have it. She's right here. She's right here. It's another new release, actually. So it is Ellie Hazelwood, who is a romance writer. It is her first foray into, I don't know if it's definitely fantasy. It's like the Omegaverse, which has to do with like vampires and werewolves. And I think that's separate from fantasy. I didn't know this, but I heard that it was. So it is basically about the princess is a vampire, and then there's a werewolf, and it is a romance between a vampire and a werewolf. Okay, I have very mixed feelings on starting this one. There have just been such mixed reviews. Like, I feel like there are some things that are going to scar me in this, and I'm not too excited for that. But you know what? I really like Ellie Hazelwood's writing. So how bad could it be? I was also in a recent like Twilight phase, so maybe this is like, it'll go down easier because I was fully in my Twilight phase like a few months ago, all over again. So we're gonna go ahead and add Bride to our TBR. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look how beautiful she is. All right. So that was smooth. Did you see that? Okay, so here is our monthly TBR for May. Bride is gonna get dropped. Okay, let me just start from the top. Bride by Allie Hazelwood. That was the title that the advent calendar chose for us. We have Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo, another book that the advent calendar chose for us. And then we have, this is hard. And then we have Ruthless Vows, which is a book that I chose for us as a book with magic. Then we have The Assassin's Blade, which is a book that I chose for us from a TBR prompt of a book with blue. Then we have Powerless, which is a book that the advent calendar chose for us. Funny story! Another book the advent calendar chose. We have Magnolia Park's Into the Dark, which I chose because it's over 700 pages or over 500 pages, and it just isn't making my heart break already. Don't fall. And then finally we have Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, which is another book title that the advent calendar chose for us. There is the beautiful May TBR. We have a good amount of series and summary romance books. I'm so excited. Look forward to videos because there are going to be a lot of videos involving all these books. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.